The News 4 Tucson investigators were the first to expose a new trend at the border: peer-to-peer rental cars being used for crime. The issue now seems to be gaining momentum, the car owners sometimes losing their vehicles for months. Of course, Nylander has more on tonight's News 4 Tucson investigation.
Before we first started looking into this more than a year ago, Border Patrol won't even admit that this was a problem, but they have since acknowledged it's something they're seeing more and more of. Now they hope that vehicle hosts will take more steps to screen renters.
These are Turo rentals that are being used to traffic humans and traffic drugs across the border.
It was a nightmare for now former Turo host Chris Beaver, who was the first victim who spoke to the News 4 Tucson investigators in August last year. His first attempt at using the popular peer-to-peer car rental app ended with his car seized by Border Patrol for 3 months after the renter was arrested for human smuggling near the border.
Seems like it's happening quite frequently in this area.
He wasn't wrong. We began hearing from many others, like Jorge Silva, who operates a fleet of vehicles on peer-to-peer rental apps. He had multiple cars used for crimes, had a woman murdered in one of his cars, and several used for human smuggling.
It took maybe like 2 months. I recovered the car, all taken apart.
I have a feeling Turo has become a target because it is easier for them to use it for this type of activity.
Laura Sullivan operates a fleet of cars on Turo. She has had one car seized by Border Patrol on 2 different occasions within the past few weeks, both times for human smuggling.
Currently, it's seized, and that can take a couple months to get back, from what I understand. And Border Patrol was not what I would call cooperative or forthcoming with much information.
That we have seen it more and more. I think it's coming to the 2-year mark that we first started seeing these types of cases.
Robert Ortiz with Border Patrol says it can take months to get the car back to its owner because, unlike traditional rental cars, the registration gives them no proof it's a rental.
If there was a rental company involved, as soon as we run records during our investigation, we have a pretty good idea that, you know, what's a rental company is involved, right? So in peer-to-peer rental, that's not typically the case. The vehicle comes back to a register owner. That's what it makes the things a little bit more interesting or difficult to do, right? To figure out if it is somebody that's involved or if they're uninvolved inadvertently.
We have repeatedly asked Turo about the issues. They sent us a statement saying, quote, Turo continues to take trust and safety very seriously and has robust protections in place to support our community, including working with local law enforcement to recover the vehicles and covering costs related to incidents when they do occur. For Laura, she wants to see Border Patrol do better at working with the real owners of the rental cars.
It almost would appear that they almost see us as a problem, which we're not.
Because of this, some hosts told me they will no longer do one-day bookings, some even going as far not to rent out to people under the age of 30 because they feel safer renting out to people of an older age. Investigating for you, Cora Nylander, News 4 Tucson.